Watch it, here she comes.
I want wings.
All the stuff that we have here. So we've got, and then we're going to be making bee moons. So some of you can be doing bee moons, some of you can be doing bee baking and attaching, some of you can be helping Jesse who just rode up in his line. Then also do that and we'll be able to reuse them the next time we have one of these events. And again, the police have been informed as to our journey and our destination. So as we're walking, and we're going to walk on the east side of Water Street from here all the way down past the market, all the way down to where my ad is, which I believe is Erie Street, and then we'll be turning left. And then if we can observe the stop and go lights, if possible, if we're caught, just don't keep walking through, because we're not going to have squad cars to stop traffic like they did. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, super cool. So if anybody wants a sign, we've got signs here. And, Ian, is there anything else? We've got a limited amount of antennas. I don't know if they've already been on down. We're going to have a grill going. If you want to bring something to cook, go for it. Otherwise, there's a beautiful seminary woods. You can walk around, collect ramps, and different fun growing things. If you find morels, I get first dibs. But otherwise, yes, tomorrow from noon to 3. We'll tell you more of that later. Okay? So everybody, let's get ready to rumble. Go!
You got cake up, right?
GMOs have got to go, hey, hey! Go across the street and get the building in it? Yeah, yeah. Good for people, not for profit! 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 Good for people, not for profit!
We march today for India and the tens of thousands of Indian farmers who have been so broken and bankrupted by Monsanto's heinous and unethical business practices and corporate patents. Suicide has been the only escape for these farmers. We march today to honor their lives. We march today for the lives ravaged by Agent Orange. It has been 4 decades since the end of the Vietnam War, and yet there are still victims. There are still those who suffer, who are sick, and those who are dying from a poison sprayed in a war many were not even alive to see. It is unacceptable that Monsanto has never been held accountable for the suffering and death their toxic Agent Orange is causing. Boo! Rules affecting food systems and food safety are worn throughout the text, which is not too surprising when you find out that the chief agriculture negotiator is Islam Sadeku, a former Monsanto lobbyist. The TPP would not open the door to imports without addressing questions or concerns about food safety or environmental impacts from products like Roundup. Public programs that favor sustainably produced local foods like school lunch programs would be prohibited. The labeling of GMOs would never be reality if this passes. Past trade agreements should serve as a dire warning about the Trans-Pacific Partnership, as they have a history of ruining small farmers and destroying local food economies. The TPP has been conspicuously written to ensure that the citizens of the involved countries, including the US, Australia, Canada, Chile, Japan, Malaysia, Mexico, New Zealand, Peru, Singapore, and Vietnam will have zero control over food safety. What we will eat, where it is grown, the conditions in which it is grown, and the use of toxic pesticides and herbicides.
So let's go to the reality of health in America today. 1 out of 2 children today have a chronic illness. 1 out of 2 American males and 1 out of 3 females will be expected to get cancer. Pesticides are also linked to the loss of IQ. The American IQ has dropped 7 points since GMOs have been in our food supply. So we eat the most GMOs on the planet and we have the worst health. Anybody making a connection here? So GMOs are in 85% of our food, and most processed foods do contain GMOs. So GMOs are either engineered to be a pesticide or an herbicide. And the pesticide is the BT crop, which is in most corn. If you're not buying organic corn, the chances are that you are getting genetically modified corn with a pesticide engineered into it. It is used to break open the cell walls of bugs and kill them when they eat the plant. They said this has no bearing on human health. It does not do anything. Well, that's not true. They've been doing tests now. They're finding that it is breaking open the cell walls of humans. So the danger is real, and we need to take action. So, already talked about glyphosate. Another thing you might not know, we have our main crops. We have the corn, the soy, the cotton, and some zucchini and papaya. Missing one. Canola, thank you. What you guys may not know is that they're now using it as a drying agent, which means they're spraying it on wheat, they're spraying it on lentils, they're spraying it on lots and lots of crops to help it, makes it a little bit easier to harvest. So even if you're not eating GMO crops, the chances are you're still ingesting glyphosate. So it's also a patented antibiotic, and we all know that we're having problems with superbugs and antibiotic resistance. This shouldn't be happening. We have to remove this from our food supply. It destroys beneficial bacteria while leaving the harmful bacteria alone, like Salmonella and Clostridium, which ends up destroying our immune system. So this is why people are getting so sick. It's also an endocrine disruptor, which causes liver and kidney damage. And a higher dose does not mean more harm. The endocrine disruption happens at a very, very low dose. It survives in a dark, salty environment. What do you think is happening when a pregnant woman has got a fetus in there? It's surviving in a dark, salty environment. They're now finding it in unborn fetuses. And breast milk. The group that I work with is Moms Across America, and they took it upon themselves to have a lot of mothers send in their breast milk to get tested, and we found a lab to do that, and it came back with some astounding amounts in these women's breast milk. They do not want to be feeding the breast milk. It's the most important thing to feed your baby, and it should not have glyphosate in it. There's 2 counties in Oregon that just passed non-GMO bans. You are not allowed to grow a GMO crop in these 2 counties. We need to make this spread all over the United States. So I'm just going to leave you with this. Our food system may be corrupt, but our people are not. We are creative, courageous, and are making a contribution to our communities. We can create the health freedom in America. And Margaret Mead said, never doubt that a small group of committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Thank you.